Okay, one thing I like to do on saws like this, I've taken the muffler cover off, I've looked inside the two exhaust ports, the cylinders look good. I always like to check through the exhaust port. If there's any scoring, it's going to be on the exhaust side. Got spark on this cylinder, nothing on this cylinder. When I started to unbolt this, there's a nut and a bolt. On the newer Pioneer twins that I've done, there was a stud here. You can faintly see down in there by my finger, there's a nut. So this fuel tank has to come off. There's 1, 2, 3 nuts here. There'll be a couple on the other side and I'll have to pull it off and get at it. Another interesting thing, these fuel caps. Got the original Bakelite fuel cap. Really cool. Let's see. We'll both have a look in at the fuel tank and have a look. And some sort of gunk down in there, so we'll be doing a fuel tank cleaning. Anyway, you never know what you're going to find on these old girls. Anyway, so when I get more, I'll bring you back. Okay, so here's the clutch drum. Transmission's off, fuel tank's off. Here's the clutch. Here's a good reason why, if you think the clutch is hanging up or something's wrong. Nothing holding the clutch on. In here, let's get a light. Right in here on the side, sorry, I guess you're not going to be able to see it. There should be a snap ring, like this one, right here. Should be a snap ring on that holding the clutch on. Anyway, not going to be a good deal, or a big deal. Clutch looks like it's complete anyway. Nothing broken, nothing missing. Anyway, I forgot to say, or I don't know whether I did say, this saw belongs to a friend of mine. I like doing saws of my own. I like doing saws of friends. It gives me something different variety, something people haven't seen. I did a PM Wood Boss before this, in between this and the Universal. Difference between the PM Wood Boss and this, or the Universal, is the PM Wood Boss is a larger CC and has a recoil. Anyway, I'll put it up after this because they're so similar, the Wood Boss and Universal. I don't think anybody's going to want to watch them back to back. So even though the Wood Boss is done, this will be the one you see next. Alright, take care for now. Talk to you later. Okay, just back again. Right in here you can see the snap clip. I've replaced it. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but the snap clip here, see how close the gaps are where it closes up? Then look at this one. You can move it with ease. You want to watch stuff like that snap clip, I'm afraid would fall apart. Same with this one. There's a big gap. Like I say, this one here. It's hard to see, it doesn't want to focus, but it's tight. That one I replaced already. Half of the clip was gone, so you got to really watch stuff like that. You know, if you fire this up and get it running and you don't pay attention to that, the clutch could fly apart, ruin parts, and they're really hard to get. Anyway, just a little tip. Most people probably know to look for it, but just thought I'd throw that out there. Take care. Okay, I just wanted to share something else. When I looked through the exhaust port, I knew the camera wouldn't focus in on it. It's poor lighting and etc., and it's not that expensive a camera. If you look, you can see both ring grooves lined up. That's the way I seen it through the exhaust port. They should always be staggered, and they shouldn't be facing the exhaust port. Like, one should be that way, one should be around that way. Anyway, there's how tiny the pistons are in these little ones. The larger ones have piston more like about this size. This is out of another saw. It's out of a Pioneer farm saw. But just to, you know, show you comparison, they're a lot smaller. Interesting, it's really cool to see this original motor, you know, that's never been upgraded. I know they don't have as much power as the new ones, but there's very few of these Pioneer twins, and most of them are upgraded. So anyway, it's a cool piece of history. Bring you back later when I got more to show you. Just want to add quickly to, some people are going to say there's locating pins to stop them from rotating. Yeah, there is lots of pistons that have pins to stop the piston ring from spinning around. Some of these old IELs, and I've seen other engines, there is no pins. You know, I've had people tell me, no, you're wrong, the pin had to fall out. Now, I've taken lots of them apart. Not every old engine has pins to stop the rings from rotating. Anyway, when I get more, I'll turn you back on. Okay, back just again. So here's a typical sign that you see on these old IELs. The coil's cracked. There's two different coils in here. Somebody asked me if I had an extra ignition plate. This isn't my saw. Belongs to a friend of mine. Parts are really hard to find for these, extremely hard. Luckily, he had another ignition system. Coils look like brand new, matching set with a piece on the side. Condenser points, two condensers, sorry. Two sets, 1 point, another set of points. The wires. Anyway, I'm going to change it up for all this stuff. So when we get this done, or when I get these swapped out, I'll get back to you. But these are kind of really hard to find. Apparently there's somebody out there producing them. Not sure who, but anyway, I'm going to swap these coils out and I'll get back to you. Okay, so back one last time for today. There's the ignition system all back in. Got good spark on both cylinders. So that's it for today. I'll get at it another day. Haven't decided if I'm going to end it here and make another part. I still got the carburetor to do. I had to remove all the back handle off of this to be able to get in the flywheel puller, my impact gun to loosen off the flywheel. Anyway, when I get more, I'll get back to you. So we're winning. We got good compression, good spark. We'll clean the carburetor, clean the fuel tank, and hopefully the old girl will come back to life. Thanks for watching.